This is going to be our first look into German World War II Wehrmacht issue rations. And we'll be starting that analysis with two of the more popular and luxurious of components, SchoKa Cola and fine quality Turkish tobacco Atikah cigarettes. First off with SchoKa Cola, the strengthening chocolate. Now it was first put into major production in 1936. It was originally designed as a performance enhancer for athletes in high intensity sports. It was a perfect addition to the rations used on the German offensive. It's a high-dense calorie dark chocolate with a blend of roasted coffee and cola nut, so each can contains approximately 200 milligrams of caffeine and packs 530 calories. And as for these cigarettes, check this out. This is something you don't see every day. Look at that tax stamp. That is the real deal. It's never been opened. Pretty amazing. And there's just this nice faint tobacco smell that you can pick up through the pack here. It's just ever so faint, but it's very pleasant. And let's check out this SchoKa Cola. It's 16 total pieces and 2 discs. This is just one of the 2 discs. Look at that. Break the chocolate while still in the wrapper and then remove the seal. It still smells great. I don't understand it. It still smells like... it's a little bit weird. Like it's been sitting in a wooden chest or something, but then you can also still smell that chocolate. And something else, it's kind of strange. Can't put my finger on it. It has a weird old smell to it. Look at that. That's beautiful. Alright. I want to slice it like this so I don't tear it up too much. I want to save that wrapper. That chocolate still looks pretty good. Wow, that's unusual. Wow, look at that. That's like unbelievable. Look at this. That chocolate looks perfectly fine. Here, let's get this onto what is a little mini tray here pretty much. Nice. Look at that. Kind of wish I didn't instruct to break it up because I kind of wanted to see that fully intact, but it's good enough. Wow, that is amazing. Look at the condition. Only ever so slight bloom. And it has this very unique smell to it. It has that cola bean and coffee kind of smell. It reminds me of that German survival ration. That is amazing. Gonna save that wrapper. I gotta try this little bit out first. Oh wow, that's really dry. Even that little teeny piece had a pretty intense little flavor to it. Alright, so I gotta definitely try out a little piece of this right now. I can't help myself. Look at that. It looks like perfect chocolate. That's unbelievable. I mean, wow. That tastes different than modern SchoKa Cola. Oh wow, well, that's perfect. That's like a perfect chocolate. It's just this kind of dry and fairly sweet chocolate, dark chocolate with like that cola bean and the coffee. It's that's such a nice flavor. No wonder this was one of the more popular parts of a German cold ration. I mean, this is amazing. One thing I gotta note, this is a 52% dark chocolate. Nowadays it's 58%. This is a once in a lifetime thing. It's such a unique smell. It smells really, really strange and kind of old, like it's been sitting in like some wooden drawer or something. It's kind of coating my throat with this weird thirst-provoking dryness. I can't put my finger on it. It's a very dry chocolate. It's pretty sweet too. And I can taste the caffeine. There's a bitterness to this. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely like the old school Red Bull. Before Red Bull, it was Scho-Ka-Kola. This will definitely keep you awake, keep you sharp. That was an important part of the German Cold Ration, which the Cold Ration, it was just like a boxed lunch, excuse me, but like loaves of bread, eggs, cheese. They had these like little butter pats, that little orange Bakelite, like little screw top containers. Canned sardines and canned meat were part of the Cold Ration. Speaking of canned meat, potted meat, hardtack, and canned bread were part of the Iron Ration, which was essentially the German World War II survival ration at the time. After 24 hours without a field kitchen or cold rations, and so pretty much a day without food, officers would issue their troops the Iron Ration. They'd bust those out, and like a half Iron Ration was just canned bread, hardtack, and potted meat. Yeah, square that up against a U.S. K ration. And K ration, I think I'd prefer it because it had things like candy and cigarettes and coffee and lemon drink powder. You know, things that are nice. But this chocolate, I don't know what it is. This is kind of, I just want to keep smelling it. It just smells old. It has this really, it smells like chocolate, and it smells like leather boots, and it smells like an old wooden chest. Not cedar chest, but more like oak or something. Not as flavorful as the German survival chocolate, but I'm still picking up a bitter caffeine kind of flavor. A little something else that I can't put my finger on that's bitter. And I don't know if it's something that's bad. I don't think so. I don't pick up anything rancid with this. Not really. Amazing. I can't understand it. I thought I was just gonna have one piece, but like, it's so good. You know, if I was in a high stress combat situation, something like this, and some cigarettes to take off the edge, that'd be a welcome addition with your Iron Ration, which would have been just like some canned potted meat and hardtack and canned bread. This is quite the upgrade. I don't know what it is. This is some of the best chocolate I've ever had. This actually might be the best chocolate I've ever had. That was an experience right there. I'm gonna hang on to this can, and God forbid I ever have kids, I'll tell them about it. That makes for a good conversation piece. So let's check out those cigarettes. There's something kind of eerie about that tax stamp, you know, just holding this is, you know, and that SchoKa Cola, just eating that, there's something about it. I'm gonna open, well, you kind of have to slit it at both ends. That's an interesting pack. Oh wow, so it opens up here. I gotta smell these. Oh, those smell so unusual. Huh. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That's incredible. These look to be in magnificent shape. And they have a very unusual tobacco smell to them. I've never smelled tobacco quite like it. Boy, it's making my hands shake too much. Look at that. Atikah. Delta Dresden. Amazing. That's a beautiful cigarette. It's pretty unusual looking. It looks, definitely has a different look. It smells like, again, it has this old leather boot kind of smell to it. But then this tobacco smell, but that's more faint. I can't put my finger on it. That is a very strange and interesting and alluring kind of smell. I've never smelled that anywhere else. But the closest thing I could compare it to, I guess, is leather. Fascinating. Let's give it a try. It's pretty wide gauge. It's interesting. And it just smells so weird. It's kind of appealing. I just can't help myself. Dry pull's pretty mild. I'm not picking up much with the dry pull. The smell is pretty strong. It's just a very light tobacco flavor on the dry pull. I don't know if this is going to be a very heavy smoke. We'll see. Oh, geez. That's interesting. There's a pretty firm draw to it. And it doesn't really taste much like a cigarette. It's pretty light, actually. Very fine. But again, it really has that boot kind of flavor to it. It tastes like leather, which is unusual. Starting to feel that nicotine rush. Oh boy, yeah. That with that caffeine, that'd keep you up all night. Not as good as the Chesterfield or some of the others that I've had. It's not as refined of a flavor. I wonder if it's because it's not in a hermetically sealed pack or can. You know, it didn't get a chance to really age like some of this other ration tobacco that I've tried out. It's very unusual still. This is interesting. Yeah, it just really has that firm draw to it. I feel like there's more stray smoke than there is what I'm drawing in, it seems. It's not burning too fast. That's a good sign. It's a good smoke. It's really good. The Delta Dresden factory. I wonder if they're still around. And if not, I wonder when they closed. Definitely one of the most unusual cigarettes I've ever had. Firm draw, has a leather overtone, and just a mild tobacco. It's not very strong, and not many other notable flavors. It's very strange. But it's not bad, and it's not nauseating. I've had some tobacco that was very sweet and nauseating, you know, just too strong. This feels like more of a regular cigarette in the sense of its nicotine rush is not knocking me on the floor like some of them. Maybe I'm just getting used to these ration smokes, I don't know. So this is our first look in the German World War II Wehrmacht issue rations. This is Steve 1989 off MRE Info. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.